Everyone knows how to make a lasagna. It's probably the most made food to drop off at someone's house if they're feeling ill. But what if the wheat in the lasagna was actually making someone ill? Well, I'm going to show you how to make a healthier version that's wheat-free. That's right. The pasta is not going to be made out of white flour. It's actually going to be made out of zucchini, which I'm going to marinate. I'm going to do a few different layers of vegetables: tomato, capsicum, some beetroot, and marinate them in a marinade of olive oil and salt. I'll keep the beetroot separate because they have their own juicy colour. Now don't be alarmed about the oil that I'm using, because if there's any extra, you could just save that and put that in a salad dressing. So we'll just throw them in there, doesn't really matter. Just a little bit more. So I'll leave them over there to think about what's happening to them. I've chosen large zucchinis because I want a greater surface area. And I can just do a single layer. Okay. So that's giving me these beautiful uniform slices. So marinating them softens them and helps it to be less of this hard, crunchy vegetable that you're biting into. Hard, crunchy vegetables are awesome, but not when you're trying to masquerade as a piece of lasagna sheet. I'm going to get in there, share the love, make sure all the pieces are coated. Now I've got 2 big fat zucchinis that I will process up later on, but for the moment I'll get on to the tomatoes so I can plate up one and show you how that will look. Some gorgeous vine-ripened tomatoes. So the little hat's important to protect the fingers. Don't have one of these machines? Don't panic, just slice it finely with your knife. Okay, that was a bit too fine. So I'm going to flip this over to its thicker side. Very ripe tomatoes I have here. And last of all, the capsicum. Now bits like this, I would save these and put them towards making my next marinara sauce or tomato sauce. Flip it to the thinner side. Okay, I think we've got enough there to assemble. One of the advantages of this dish is that you can make it ahead of time, and it actually improves the longer it sits on the bench or marinates in the fridge. Let's assemble. Grab a piece of zucchini, which is working as a pasta sheet, a little spoonful of the mince sauce. Looks like mince, remember this is just a walnut base. Actually, I probably should introduce my filling here. So this is a walnut faux bolognese sauce, a pesto sauce, and a cheese sauce, unfermented, and I've added a little bit more water to the cheese sauce I made with the canapes. Now I found a little tip with these is that the less sauces and fillings you put on, the better it is. There's kind of a tendency to be a little bit heavy-handed, for me anyway, but it's better if you just go a little bit easier. So adding the various layers and flavours, building it up. And it's kind of difficult to get wrong. So absolutely, kids can make this, or even your family. If you assembled it like this and said to everyone in your family, come over here and we're going to make this together, make your own, then they can put whatever they like in there. If they don't like a piece, if they don't like beetroot, fine, they can leave it out. But so many great colours. Not every layer needs a sauce, but what have we got there? We've got meat, we've got 2 meats, cheese, maybe not the cheesy layer. So everything's really fine. This was a very ripe tomato. If you use a tomato that's less ripe, it won't be so mushy there. And then I might finish that with a slice of fresh tomato. Yeah, that's better. And then I think a little basil leaf, and that will be it. So I'll grab my basil from the garden. If it looks a little bit like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, that means it's authentically Italian. Just move it over. Everybody has their good side, and I think that's the best side. Enjoy.